All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, after suffering through one of their worst seasons in more than 30 years, the New York Yankees have started off 2024 with a vengeance. The Yankees continue their dominance over the Minnesota Twins as they finished a three-game sweep today of the Twinkies to run their season mark to 30 and 15. The Yankees are setting the pace in the American League East, where they have a one-game lead currently over the Baltimore Orioles. Overall, New York has won 10 out of their last 12, as this year's team just has a different feel to it from last year's squad. Now, you look at Aaron Judge. He's batting wise, as far as batting average, he's not having the season that he did so far 2 years ago when he was the AL MVP, but he still managed to clobber 11 home runs while driving in 29 runs so far. Juan Soto has been as good as advertised and then some. He's batting more than 300, a 400 on base percentage, 9 home runs, 34 runs batted in, and he's showing tremendous patience at the plate because he's been getting walked a lot. We have a Giancarlo Stanton sighting this year. It's for the first time in a long time since being with the Yankees. Stanton is somewhat healthy. He's hitting about 240, but the thing is, he's knocking out some home runs, and he's providing the Yankees with some much needed depth in the middle of their lineup. You look at the additions of a guy like Alex Verdugo to this team. You still got solid contributions at first base with Anthony Rizzo, and then you look at this rotation. Sans Garrett Cole, they are getting a lot of productivity out of guys. You look at Luis Heel, Clark Schmidt, who gave the Yankees a strong outing today, Carlos Rodon, and even the veteran Marcus Stroman. So the Yankees right now, they have one of the better team ERAs in the American League. They have one of the better offenses in the AL as well. And when you put it all together, this is why New York is on track to be a postseason team this October. The Yankees only won 82 games last year. And I say only because, again, you think about what the Yankees have been for so long. I think, some people got spoiled by the fact that they won 4 championships in 5 years from 96 to 2000. Granted, that was a different team. I totally get it. But nonetheless, the consistency, because you are expected to see the Yankees there in the postseason contending for a run at the World Series championship. That, of course, did not happen last year as they were only able to win 82 games. It's not happening this time around. I think the Yankees, they've gotten off to a strong start, and I think it's going to continue. And I think for the Yankees, they were able to set the tone back to begin the season in March with that 4-game sweep over the Houston Astros. I know that the Astros are still a sub 500 team, but nonetheless, the Yankees started off strong in that series, and they took 2 out of 3 from the Arizona Diamondbacks, who were in the World Series last year, and they've kept it going since then. And like I said, this Yankees team, they have a different feel to them. So after taking care of their business against Minnesota, what do? You come home for 3 against the Chicago White Sox, a team that has been very bad this season. And I think the Yankees definitely going to try to keep that momentum going for themselves. You got to like what you're seeing from this Yankees team so far if you're a fan of this club, okay? Aaron Boone, the veteran manager for the Yanks, he's been pushing all of the right buttons so far for this team. And again, you can't harp on it enough with the way that they are pitching right now without Garrett Cole. At some point, they're going to get Garrett Cole back in this lineup, in this rotation, and it's going to work like a trade. I think at some point, Brian Cashman is going to go out there and try to make a move to help boost this team's roster as they look to make that postseason run. And if you're a Yankee fan, honestly, at the end of the day, I don't think it's too early to begin looking ahead at the playoffs because the way it's looking right now, the AL East is still very competitive and it's going to be very competitive. But right now, it's looking like it's going to be the Yankees in Baltimore. I do expect Tampa to get on track at some point. I really don't know what to say about Toronto this year, and I think Boston is where they're at. But I think the way that it's looking so far, it looks like the Yankees and Baltimore are going to be the class of this division. But nonetheless, strong start for the Yankees, 30 wins, and we're in the middle of May. So, Memorial Day is right around the corner. And of course, before you know it, we're talking about the 4th of July. But I do think the Yankees have what it takes to set the pace in this division. Maybe they possibly flirt with winning 100 games this year. We got to wait and see. Haven't been able to do it since 2019. Of course, came close in 2022 when they won 99 games. Especially a lot of that was paced by Aaron Judge, but nonetheless, more balance on this team and this lineup this season. Of course, the addition of Juan Soto plays a big hand in that. A lot of balance and depth in their rotation as well. That was a question mark coming into this season, but nonetheless, the Yankees appear so far to have righted some of the wrongs that they had in 2003. They've started off strong here in 2024, and of course, they're hoping to have bigger and better things on the horizon the closer we get to the postseason. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank all of you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I'm signing off. And I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.